coming to you from mosquito-infested Faceland. It's the Alexander Williamson Show on a Friday. How's everybody doing? I actually set the stream, at least I thought, for 4:30, and then at 4:12 I got an alert saying, your stream is going live. It's like, what? It is? I am? What's happening? So I'm a bit discombobulated because I was on the phone actually with some business having to do with the fishies. And anyways, it's good to see you. Audio and video good. Let's do this. Thank you so very much. Zigen Ginger. Zigen Ginger. I have a couple little friends that were real hard to get. I've got a baby red ear sunfish and some other little fellas that decided to here, can I switch this around with my nose? Hold on. My hands are full. There we go. All right. So I got a little sunfish who's chilling in here, a little baby. And some little baby sticklebacks. I found them in a puddle that was literally about 4 inches deep and was gonna go bye-bye by probably next week. It was way unseasonal, the fact that they were that those puddles were even there was any water there. And so it's kind of interesting that they ended up getting saved for a pond. Maybe actually, I don't know, maybe Dr. Anthony, because these ones are super, super hardy in that they survived the entire ordeal of being stuck in a pond and then also riding through a bumpy truck and all that razzmatazz. So how's everybody doing? What's up, Donnie? What's up, Donnie Wolf? Sage, P. Lindsay, Ticket to Space, Scott's Aquatics, Zen Ginger, Corundillion Works, Steven, what's up? 104 in Nebraska. That's why I didn't ship anything to Nebraska this week. Vibes Aquatics. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday to you, too. Silver Creek Aquarist. Hello, my friend. Jimmy P. Hello. Internet is wonky in the heat. Oh, bummer. Yeah. They seem so chill for being wild caught. Gloria, hello. Yeah, so, I mean, part of it is that I put a bunch of Valium in the water. That's why it's cloudy. No. They are just chill because I've been playing with them. I mean, I've been holding on to them. Plus, they're in their actual wild water parameters. If you can you see the little Daphnia that are still in there? So they're happy in that they've got all the little doodads and stuff that they were eating in their puddle. That's why it's hazy. The puddle looked like the Mississippi. It looked like freaking coffee, muddy coffee. But he'll be real pretty. He'll turn red and get all these little stripes on his face like a discus would. In fact, I bet if we just take him and put him in maybe even under this tank, I'm curious. No, that's not going to make him sparkle. But maybe if we take him, hold on, let me get the shoes. So you guys, as always, are in control of where this episode goes. For anybody watching this replay crew, thanks for joining us. But we follow the vibes of what is going down live. So that is, I mean, that's just the way it goes. And let's get out the door. And hopefully I can pay attention to the chat today and not get distracted by other things I have. Oh, you got rain, Ginger. Zen Ginger. The only 88 in Texas feels like 96. Yikes. Calling it a cool front. Yeah. Yeah. You guys need rain in Texas. That is for sure. Hey, yeah, what's up with that? 49 viewers and only 11 likes. Am I that bad today? Alright. So now maybe you guys can see what makes this little guy special. Still photos will do him better justice. But he hasn't gotten his red yet. And he will. He is just a gorgeous little bugger. And I've been talking with Crystal Castleman, who wrote the Aquatic Plants book. Aquarium Plants, literally, is the title. Like the definitive book on all that. And yeah, she's been working with certain plants, and I've been finding new plants. And the tubs this year are going to be just as experimental for the plants. And I'm kind of mimicking native biotopes, actually. So it should be interesting. These guys are actually going to go right into this tub, as well as the silt and all the daphnia that were in there. You can see there's actually, here, let me catch one of the other ones. They're not as friendly. And it's semi-green water, because these are all warm water, lowland lake fish, which is, and there you can see there's more. There's actually about 40 or 50 sticklebacks in here. I've kind of figured out what they need. You know, they're very, very versatile fish as far as what they can survive and where they show up in the wild, yet they die in the hobby very easily from shock, like being scared. And a lot of it has to do with water visibility, I've been learning. It sounds dumb or silly almost, but the fact that the water either has green water or like debris in it, they hate crystal clear water. It scares the heck out of them, especially if they're the unarmored phenotypes. And it's kind of interesting that they're the ones with the phenotypes that change within like 1 or 2 generations, just crazy quick. And so it kind of makes sense that why they're able to do so is because of they notice those things. It stresses them. It causes a hormone release when they're in different water, which probably triggers their genetic changes so quickly, rather than having to wait a whole generation for things to not survive and so forth. Stephen P. 2003 Bunny Viper. Sweet Shot, what's up? Good to see everybody. Dr. Amazon Center for the Research of Anthony. Scott. Fish Dreams. Who else is in here? Craig, what's up? Discordia, hello. Try black water or green water for sticklebacks. Which you think is better? Probably not black water, ideally. Probably green water. Like, check out this green water here. These are... I'm trying out several fish at once in here. And it's all real young fry that have hatched in my ponds. And, these are rice fish, and this water is as green water gets, like too green, dare I say. But they've grown compared to the ones inside. These ones are growing at 3 times the length, literally. So even though these ones were born, like, I'll show you guys inside in a moment, but even though they were born just the other day, some of them, they're growing so much faster. And this is just a real old scuzzy tank. So you can see here, let's see. I have phone calls coming in. Go away. Don't call me during the show, people. Unless it's my wife. Oh, it is my wife, but oh well. She knows I'm streaming. So look at these red cap Medakas. They already have their red cap showing, and they're like not even a month old. And you can see it really well. So not this one though. This one is just, oh, I'm Mr. Blue, I'm Frank Sinatra, old Blue Eyes. But they literally, if you watch their mouths, oh, he just got a mosquito. They literally just are eating as they're slowly swimming through the green water. I was worried that it wouldn't have enough oxygen or whatever, and I'm sure that would be the case for many species, but I'm really having fun this summer going. Okay, so watch this. They're so afraid of me. These wouldn't make the best aquarium, but these are Doc Anthony's sticklebacks that I've been raising since they were 1/4 of an inch. I got them from the most beautiful spawning pair I could find in this pond where I can see like dozens and dozens of pairs. And I think they're spawning again because there's a pregnant female right there. Wait, there. And then the male is right there. And then the younger juveniles know to stay away a little bit. And so they're all off to the side. But as soon as my shadow comes, they're gone. Like literally, I have no fish. Where are my fish? There's no fish in here now. So it's kind of crazy how flighty they are. And I've never shipped Stickleback, so I'm real curious. But they're all with native plants right now. See, now they're already coming back out. So they do get bolder, but I have had an issue with some of them not thriving. Like some look fine and others look like they're just wasting away and not eating. And I don't know if it's a parasite or if it's obviously wild. They're only with themselves and a couple sunfish, other sunfish. There's a red ear or a red-sided sunfish, red-eared sunfish, and a pumpkin seed hybrid. That's what they are. So yeah, there's that going on, and then all the native tubs look real stagnant because they are. If you saw my most recent video, they are stagnant, and nothing's in here as of yet. And it sounds ridiculous, but it's mid-July, and I have only now been able to actually put anything out that's tropical. Other fish would survive that are that have thresholds that are different, but yeah, even like paradise fish, it was just too cold to want to put them out. I mean, there wouldn't be any benefit to putting them out here, but as soon as I back away too, you can see the Medaka rise up, and they're the fry. So these fry are all within a week of the same age, so they're about a month old, I want to say. And in the books I've read, in 3 months, a Medaka can get to maturity. You can get to, in 3 months, you can have a fully reproductive Medaka rice fish. And I thought, there's no way. Like, mine take a year sometimes before they're, producing eggs daily. Wow, I'm foaming at the mouth, guys. I might have rabies. It might be a thing. But now if we go look at the ones in the fish room, much smaller. Shrimpies. But yeah, they're much smaller in here. Like, look at them. Some of them are still like baby size. So it's kind of interesting that even these ones are getting baby brine shrimp and Daphnia indoors. It's just that green water, that sunlight, all the goodies. Look, these look like they still look like they're almost embryonic with their little tails. So kind of interesting the difference that microscopic food and just the right parameters, will do. Now, the tank that crashed, quick update before we talk about anything like Biotopes. It is cleaned up. Wait, you guys are looking at me, and I look like a crazed maniac. So the tank that crashed is all cleaned up, and for several days now, I've had endlers and guppies in here. The line that I've been working with mostly is what I put in here. The one that I've been calling the bell bottoms, checkerboard bell bottoms. They're in here. He's the main male that is kind of the king of the group. But I also put some other small endler males in here that are from my wild pond phenotype. So we'll see what happens, but I'm fine with those ones. These little wild guys, they always infuse. They don't seem to take away any of the characteristics of this phenotype that I really like. And these bell-bottom guys that I've been working on for years now, now they're getting the checkerboard up in the dorsal fin too. So you can see it turns into dots as they get a bit older. This guy's probably 1.5 years now, but this generation is the first where all the males had the same checkerboard tail for until they grow up. It's a checkerboard, then it turns into dots, and then they've got the kind of slightly split, but it looks like really baggy bell bottoms. And so I've been calling them the bell bottom variety, but they've been growing out up in these tanks. And also up in these tanks, we've got, what else is in here? What else is in here, folks? Looks like nothing. Looks like Alex is keeping a bunch of nothing. Snails. He's keeping too many snails. Nobody wants to make an appearance today, I guess. It might just be too hot. They're probably just down in the back corner in the dark. But that's where some of the Okefenokee banded sunfish and some of my least killifish are, with enough vegetation that they'll never probably meet each other, ever. So I got a really cool book that I'm excited to review / read, and I know my hair's frizzy, it's hot in here, and too bad. I got a really cool book that I don't know what I did with. I think I brought it over for streaming, and I lost track of it. Yes, okay. I'll stop making y'all dizzy in a moment. And I also picked up a guide for Washington to fish. So what you guys don't know is that I have been going out every single day at 4:30-ish, leaving the house so that I can get to a river or lake or stream or business park or whatever it is that I'm checking out that day by sunrise. And I have been obliterated by mosquitoes everywhere. I don't know. You guys can probably... I mean, even wearing... Like you'll see in the video, I'll have hood up and I'll have long sleeve shirts and everything. And this one has just turned... It was like 4 or 5, and they've just blistered so awfully. I haven't been scratching those ones. I'll like push on them every once in a while or kind of do that. But they just have gotten really gnarly. There's a certain mosquito species that's not getting along with me, but it must be one that's bigger than the others, or I'm more allergic to. Because when I get bit, my skin gets all blotchy and pink all over too. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Doc update. Yeah, let's have an update from Doc. Alex, would $25 for an adult breeding pair of Brichardi be a good price? Are they very sought after? It totally depends on the kind, but that seems like a good price, especially for for adults. Yeah, that's a good price. That's a good price for any fish these days about now. Oh no, cried all afternoon, not from joy. That's no good. Sorry to hear that. Kevin, what's up, man? Kevin Rosenberg, what's up? Sounds bad. Doc. Sorry to hear that. Well, at least you know you got sticklebacks in my yard of the finest vintage waiting for you. Um, you know, nice beard. My beard is so scraggly right now. I need to also trim that. I've just been like my wife's been gone, and so I've just been fishing all day, every day, which is great because like with my back, I've actually been able to do that. Um, I had a flare last week when I was all probably tired and like slow and blotchy. I'm still blotchy, but it's from different reasons. And so yeah, this week my joints are working better and I've been able to get out and yeah, do lots of stuff. Leo, what's up? Best way to cycle a new Caridina shrimp tank. No fish. Just set up the tank. Put something with a bit of buffer in there, like Brightwell soil or aqua soil, or ADA, Amazonas, whatever. Make sure that the ammonia that it spikes up to 1 or 5 or however high it's going to go. And then once it goes back down to 0, you're pretty much good. You just ideally want some biofilm. Now, theoretically, as long as your KH and GH are in the range for those shrimp, you're good to go. Shrimp tanks, unless you're putting like hundreds of shrimp in like a 10-gallon, they really produce very little waste that is bad, that is going to add to the ammonia. They are not good at digesting things, I guess is probably, or extracting and converting those contents. They can eat them several times. So maybe they are good at, maybe it is very effective, but it's not, it doesn't convert it like a carnivore when they eat meat and all of a sudden you've got like a crazy amount of ammonia in the meal. Yeah. Interesting, Discordia, that you've got a new mosquito species, huh? Where's the best place to get Daphnia cultures? Friends, if you have someone who's keeping them in your local water already, do that. If not, then I like Aquatic Arts, but I mean, that's just one place I've gotten them. I've pretty much always gotten them from old timers in the club that are, 70 plus years old, that have had their line of Daphnia in their backyard tubs, like an old jacuzzi or something, for the last 30 years or whatever. Yeah. Let's see here. Misfits, what's going on? Am I ready for game night tomorrow night? Yes, very much so. I'm doing an interview in the afternoon with a podcast. I'll post the info, but basically it's going to be on the hobby and fish keeping as therapy, and kind of what I've gone through with the chronic pain and the medical issues, and before that, substance abuse, PTSD, that kind of stuff. And we're going to go over it on her like counseling podcast and talk about aquariums specifically, and maybe other implementations of that. But it should get pretty personal, which will be kind of weird because it's like not necessarily the audience that I know. Like, I don't feel weird talking to you guys, even though anybody could just pop on here and find me. I feel like I know all of you when we're live and I'm talking to you guys. Yes, Daphnia love green water. So you just put water out for some months and wild type will populate. Sometimes, it depends where you live. You can also get other critters that will populate it, but I mean, some sort of little critters will definitely appear. I do guarantee, if you have green water and it's out there anywhere in the world other than maybe Antarctica or like Greenland or something, the Northern Territories, you're gonna get definite Daphnia or some microcrustaceans, some little isopods or whatever they are. You'll get something. I'm thinking about having a big campfire tonight. Anyone have the fixings for s'mores? You're gonna like the aquarium on fire. Mazel tov. Yeah, why don't you definitely make sure that you do it in a way where you get your insurance, Doc. I don't even know if you have insurance for it down there. Probably not. Alyssa, what's up? How's it going? Good to see you. You know, I have a high school, well, high school all through elementary school. I went to school with this girl, even though I switched like districts and everything. Like somehow we were at the same schools all growing up, and like maybe her parents were stalking me with her daughter, with their daughter. But her name is Alyssa Doldy, and I always want to say Alyssa Doldy. I don't know why. You guys are not the same, obviously. But whenever I see Alyssa, you make me think of her name. Can't wait to have you up. Have you gotten the link from Kenny E? No, I don't think I have yet. So, Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics. I don't even know who all's involved because Kenny just told me, "Do you want to play Cards Against Humanity with the fish, fish tube, fish fam guys?" And I was like, "Yes, yes." So I'll post about that for sure too. Even though I don't have the link. Boy, guys, this is what happens when I think I'm streamed. Like the difference 15 minutes makes. I go from civilized to uncivilized. Make sure I mention the research center on the podcast. No, I don't get any therapy from you at the research center. All I get is grief. Yeah, no, we'll definitely work that in, I'm sure. Oh, right, yeah, Mazel Tov, Molotov. Yes, yes, the Russian defense minister who's in charge of the Finnish campaign, 1934 through 39. Scuba Steve, what's up? Insurance? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, yeah, Peru, no insurance. That makes sense. Oh, you'll be playing too, Steven? Right on. Misfit, Dr. Anthony, you're not invited. You have things to burn down, obviously. Why am I pacing around crazy? Well, one is that I dropped my tripod off a bridge because I'm real smart. I used it like, one of these, like holding it out, and then I had it like balanced just right. And as I tried to unclip the phone from it, literally the clip just went, and spring loaded just flicked it off this bridge. I actually have the moment on film too, so maybe you guys will see it in a video. But what I was gonna say is, for a couple weeks now, actually, it was even before the shrimp died. It was really since I went and talked down in Oregon. I've been telling myself, you're going to get to one body of water a day at some point, whether that's just to put your toe in it or just to look in it or skip rocks or whatever. And then half of that time, I've been actively collecting fish with the net, 9-foot pole net, dip net, and also have a tenkara rod that I used for some of the footage in the most recent video that just came out with all the native fish. And yeah, we got lots of things out of the water so far, and I got a few species that I haven't edited into a video yet, and I know that when I'm out there, I'm thinking, oh, this will be interesting. And then when I get home, I'm like, oh, nobody cares about the fact that I caught a goldfish in a business park or whatever it may be. And then I delete it, or then I sit on it and never edit it, or I go on some tangent. But my point is that instead of doing research at home, like normal, like most of the year, because it's been so nice and because the waters are so high around this area for this time of the year, I've been going out collecting for sure every morning, taking a nap midday, and then going out again usually at dusk and seeing what I can find on this side of the mountain and the others, and on the desert side, which has some pretty interesting fish differences from this side of the mountains that I live on. But It's not probably translating into enough content. Definitely, I've noticed that my time watched or whatever is down, and my videos made is down. And I obviously skipped fishery the week that the shrimp died. I just was not feeling it. Even though I have stories, there is stuff going on. So I will make it up to y'all, and there will be a fisheries this week. But yeah, I mean, like, even like right now, my wife's out of town for work, and she gets home tonight, and then Sunday morning, she's going camping with her best friend for 3 days, but they're only an hour and 45 minutes or 2 hours. Well, traffic, it's 3 hours. No traffic, it's an hour and a half, hour and 45. Up in the mountains, they're camping, and I kind of want to go join them and catch some fish. But obviously, I'm not going to do that instead of making fishery. I do have like a dozen articles that I could record talks about, though. I just tend to, before we do the fishery member talks, and then obviously they're on the Aquatic Morning Show, I tend to read the study or journal article or whatever it is that came out recently once or twice before I do it. And then usually, well, I'll usually read it a week beforehand or so. Think about it, decide if I want to, if that's the one I want to use, then read it again. Take notes about anything interesting, Google anything if there's anything that doesn't line up or I have questions about or I don't understand that matters. There's lots of things I don't understand and I just move on because they don't have to do with anything. And I suggest you do the same. Ignorance is bliss. Really, my teeth look really gross and yellow. Now that I point out, everyone's gonna for sure focus on that, but it's because of the wall in this room being beige yellow. And I think let's move towards different lighting and see if it's better. It's a little better, but it was real bad over there. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of having not writer's block. I have lots of content. I have lots of info that I want to share with you guys. I'm having production block where I just don't want to sit down and either edit and do the thumbnails and do the this and this and this and then and then I second guess like whether anybody cares about the topic at hand. So I'm feeling kind of stuck that way because my obsession is right now about catching invasive fish that are local or native fish and getting to learn. There's 91 fish in my state, and I want to learn all of them from their young stages upward, and there's no good source for their young stages. So I'm having to just catch them and then ask people who know better to help me distinguish. I just wish I had someone local who was good at it, like a what are they called? A fish doctor, a doctorate of fishing. If only someone like that existed somewhere. Yes, you are walking. Am I pacing in circles? I'm sure I am. Okay, so the Cards Against Humanity game, Fish Fam edition, is going to be on Misfits, Reptiles, and Aquatics. And that's tomorrow night. Isn't it at 8 o'clock? Is that what I heard? And then Eastern. And then Kenny E, which would be 5 my time. Stephen P, Scuba Steve, Jimmy P, Eric Wyrock, and moi. So yeah, sweet. Should be fun. Oh, your tripod stopped holding your phone. Yeah, that seems to happen. The springs just die in those things, especially if they're not an expensive one. Let's see here. No, it's my Zoloft. I worked in Israel for many years, and I speak a little Hebrew. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. I don't know. I have Israeli family members, and they say Mazel tov. And then they go, because it's my aunt. And she's real touchy and overbearing. No stereotypes there. Alex, come check out the Duwamish with me. Yeah, sure. The thing about the Duwamish is the thing that's about all the rivers I'm checking out in the Seattle area. Man, I'm pulling so much broken glass and needles out of those rivers and lakes that are fed by those. There's always transient camps or people hiding out to do stuff that's no good. Like there's always like a random mattress and a shoe and a sock and then like four bikini or not bikini, what do they call them? Spaghetti strap uh, shirts and then like one giant flannel, like always in the woods. I don't know what the hell is up with it, but every like major thing, green belt or I don't know what you'd call them in the city. I got yeah, Greenway, Greenbelt seems to have that crap in it, which is Midnight Cripworks. What's up? You like my content? Well, thank you. I like you. Welcome. I hope you feel at home. Danikin, what's up, buddy? What's up, fish tank people? What's up, fish people? Um, Oh, you found some ghost shrimp. That's interesting. I've not found any shrimp that are not just larval creatures in our waters, but I mean, it's definitely plausible in that river specifically too, because of the age, the size, all that. I haven't really gone to too many large rivers, mostly creeks and stuff. Um, Discordia says, honestly, I am not surprised. There's been less content. I know things have been busy over there. I just missed a few videos because I'm terrible and been busy. I'll catch up. Oh, what? Oh, you haven't. I mean, I've been making less of it. It's not y'all's fault. Editor's block. It's real. Yes. Yellowstone Aquatics. What up? You got that book and everything, right? The George Farmer book from way back when. I guess I just never double checked. Just want to make sure so you got that. Eating my Peruvian family. I wish it said that. No, eating with my Peruvian family. See you all. Okay, bye, Doc. Take care, buddy. Um, Your family called freshwater sculpins mud daubers. Yeah, I've heard that term before. Okay, so what I was going to say, though, is I got a couple resources that I like, and I've got a little story for you. But I got this little guide that the fishing game, like, places always sell. And they're very, very nice illustrations. They're not photos, they're illustrations. And, they give a like minute amount of info on them, but you can see this has all the fish that you go fishing for in our state. Look how many are salmon and trout. Like basically these pages. Yeah, this is carp. This is like a very annoying fish that's all over the place. And they pay us $2 or $3 to kill them if we catch them in the river. Never seen these. I think they're on the far east side of the state and newer. But I'd like to get a little chub. They look cute. Like to get one of those. And then this is just obviously like a very wild goldfish. But I mean, look at how much the trout vary in our state. It is really phenomenal. And granted, some are from like California or Oregon, and they just consider them invasive or introduced. But I mean, they're really quite amazing. So this, the sockeye salmon they're showing is they don't have a version of it that's not spawning, which is kind of annoying. I mean, I guess that's when you would catch them, but it's a bit annoying because they actually transform into these hideous monsters that are blood red, and normally they look like well, these do the same thing, the pinkies, but they look like a normal, like, I don't know, something like that. Normal, more like that actually. I think these are the perfect trout. Um, Even though they're like, I just think they're so cute. Dolly Vardens, they're so pretty and perfect. Brook trout, it's a crazy pattern they decided to give that brook trout. That's for sure. But they do come in really different patterns. And then the golden trout is my favorite trout. 8:30 Pacific our time. Oh, okay. Kenny, I'm sure told me that. I just forgot. I know Kenny's telling me that now. 11:30 Eastern, not 8. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. It's all good as long as I didn't overlap it in the afternoon like an idiot. Um, Zen, is there any channel where you don't have a blue wrench? Yeah, for real. Uh, yeah, but she's had one a long time on my channel. I know her, my channel, and Bob Steamfot. I think she's had a wrench for a long time on those ones. Oh, you got some vampire shrimp, Michael. Right on. Dylan's Fish Rooms, what's up? Finally got a chance to sit down and watch the stream. Right on. Well, welcome. John Monroe, what's up, my brother? My father. I guess that's probably more accurate to say age-wise. My uncle. My my elder. Uh, Aubrey, hello. Are you keeping a life list of species? So I just started that. I haven't really, but I'm going, in my head, I'm going through and thinking of all the ones that I've intentionally caught. And yeah, yeah. Alyssa, you brought 90 lemon plecos down to the wet spot? Right on. I mean, they had to have given you very little for those, but that's so cool. Um, yeah, this is kind of like a field guide. Oh, you have this brochure too, Average Fish Keeper? Yeah. Um, yeah, they do need to add weather loaches to it. Stream is freezing. Anyone else? Yeah, Aubrey, I will in just a moment show the book. But yeah, I was thinking of this little guide here. It's not amazing, but it does have. These are basically the fish you'll find in Washington. There's a few that I don't have a yogurt. I don't have a Discord server yet. It's been something I'm toying with. It's just Discord. I have some ethical issues with it. Like, I mean, we have a Facebook page, and I have a lot of ethical issues with Facebook, but it's just where people are. So I might make a Discord server eventually. I kind of am waiting for it to catch on with more people. Really, the comment section here or Facebook is the best way to get a hold of me. Facebook being the best way to get a hold of other viewers that are pretty active and help answer questions and share photos or videos. Um, so, anyways, um, let's see. Golden trout are cool. Yeah. Um, the lake that my wife is camping on this weekend, she is going to be on a lake that has a bunch of Dolly Varden, a bunch of burbot, and these are actually a French and German and fish that is here. They get pretty big. They're kind of gnarly. They're almost like snakeheads or catfish or something like that. And they taste really good. Oh, someone else just said they taste really good. But yeah, so in any case, not a bad price for bulk for your lemon plecos, Alyssa. Uh, yeah. You Wait, you took I don't know. You don't need to disclose anything, but you said I'll take 12. What did you take? Did you only get 12? You got $12 store credit for 60? Is that what you're telling me? If that's, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but that sounds a little low. Anyways, yeah, so the fish that are like all the fish in this guide, it's actually, and you could probably find this guide online. I'm sure somebody's got pictures of it, but the fish in this guide are pretty much what you guys will end up seeing on the channel, with the exception that they don't have the info on the fact that like this green sunfish and the warmouth and the pumpkin seed and the bluegill and the red-eared sunfish and yeah, they all interbreed. And then I think it's the I can't remember for sure if how that works, but then there's also the hybrid striped bass, and then the striped bass, and the hybrid striped bass is I can't remember what if it's a native hybrid from somewhere or what the deal is. But anyways, so in my state, I'm trying to cover what I decided with the videos I've been filming is that I'm trying to create a biotope list of where each of these things live, because it's very, very different where all these sunfish live and these fish, well, these perch are everywhere, versus like where the catfish and the sturgeon and these are some more unusual like mountain minnows from like the alpine meadows, and these are only in lakes where they've been introduced, and you know there's stuff like that, and now Lake Washington right by my house has all, well, this is Atlantic salmon here, we don't have. Kokanee is landlocked salmon, and the pink salmon, the sockeye salmon, the chum, the coho, and the chinook or king, they're all in our lake by my house now again, which is incredible because Kokanee is also the landlocked salmon, and then we've also got the bull trout in there, brown trout, no Atlantics, obviously, but then the Mackinac or lake trout is also out there. No, that's not a good lake for it, but it works. And then we have like some of these really specific trout that they've introduced like at different points in time over history, where there's like Goose Lake red band trout. Like what? That is so specific, and they give that a a phenotype designation, or same with the Poison Creek. But these are, I think they're all kind of like West Slope. But look there's a fish with my name, a Williamson River red band trout. But anyways, this is not important. I just wanted to show you some of the fish. Shad are also one I don't ever see really. And the Arctic grayling, I've never seen that fish. I've never caught one in our state. And then those two I've never caught. The other ones I've pretty much all seen, at least. And it's kind of a bummer to know that our state only has 91 fish, and that's counting hybrids and invasives. Whereas, like, that's the amount that live in, like, one river in most other states. Honestly, we have so many mountains, it makes life hard. I am going to review this book on its own, but this is the nerdiest nerd of nerdy Nick Nerdyson book for Washington State fish. So the first edition was good, and I have it, but the second edition has more info. So this book it's got info on even the most recent invasive. So like the banded killifish living down in the Columbia River Basin, down by like Portland and stuff. It's got that, but then it's also got three-spine stickleback. It's also got the brook stickleback, the ones that I keep. It's also got gambusia, which surprises me. I have not actually seen reports of gambusia doing well in our state. But then it's got the dojo loach, and to my surprise, it's got it listed from Lake Union or Union Bay, off Lake Washington, and look at those pectoral fins. I've never seen them that large, which is kind of interesting. I guess it's just a male versus a female, but big difference there. And also, the only thing I don't like about this guide so far is that it is, these are formaldehyde or like freshly killed fish. Uh, Whereas, like, I think the dojo loach is one of the few live fish pictures, but it has absolutely every. That's a live fish too. It has absolutely every fish, including all the little variations of sculpins too. So it's got the slimy, the Paiute that only lives in one lake, or in one river. It's got riffle sculpin, reticulated sculpin, banded, margined, short head sculpin, which doesn't even have a short head. This sculpin has a shorter head. That's what always drives me nuts about those kind of names. Like, its gills start here, its head's like there. This one's head's longer. I don't get it. And then it's got some really unusual brackish fish, that I've never seen covered in any guides, but like the staghorn sculpin here that looks like almost like an African butterfly fish. Kind of interesting. Everybody's having the internet cut out, huh? I wonder if it's on my end then. I mean, I'm hearing different people say they're having problems at different times. Um, oh, Alan, right on. So I also want to say, I want to give a shout out to Alan Carter. He came from Texas. All my subscribers live in Texas. That's why I hang my hat in Seattle. Um, so he came out from Tejas and came to visit me. We went. He bought me a nice bubble tea and what was it, $50 teriyaki basically. I know it was like, welcome to Seattle. The prices suck. Uh, that yeah, that's not exaggerating. Two bubble teas and teriyaki and it was like California rolls or something. I don't remember what you got, what kind of sushi you got, but it was expensive. Everything's expensive, but he was very kind, and we also went to Aquarium Co-op, checked them out, and then I sent him home with some plants. So it was really cool to meet someone, and he knew a ton of stuff about Courtney Love. Well, yes, Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, and like the whole conspiracy behind things, and the all the historical places that like I know just because I grew up here, but he like knew the context of like why they're, like we went to the hotel where Kurt Cobain always hung out and hid away when he was supposed to be like places. But yeah, so it was it was kind of cool to go see those spots in a new light, through a new lens, through a new person, make a new friend, and all that. So yeah, I mean, I had a really good time. ABC Biotope Creations, what's up? Let's play Dr. Pepper or Coke before he drinks. Yeah, what do y'all think it is? Scuba Steve knows. Okay, so he also brought me a gift that I need to hurry up and put in water. He actually stashed this, hiding it inside of his guitar. Pretty rad. I don't know if he needed to do that, but sounds like he got all the plants I sent him home with, all right. But he brought me this, which is super rad. And it's kind of interesting that it was $2.19, even in like 1970 or whenever this came out, 1970, late 70s, early 80s maybe. I love this kind of stuff though. Even if it's not like super old, I just love old packaging products and ads. If anybody has photos of stuff they want to share with me, like I always love emails of this stuff. But this is an unopened algicide package, and you can see what they were using. monuron, atrazine. I only recognize atrazine. The other ones are, oh, naphthoquinone. Yeah, that's probably why they stopped using all this stuff. Is like mutate your face, like deadly to insects and other things. Interesting. Um, 1978 is what year these are from. Thank you. So yeah, I want to like make a display that might actually be worth like building a set on one of the walls and moving all the microphone and stuff when I get my new computer. You know, you guys, I'm sorry that I haven't flip around, that I haven't upgraded yet, and I need to get um, a new UV filter. I need to get a GoPro. I need to get like a harness for a GoPro and the waterproof GoPro. Someone was kind enough to send me a Generation 4 GoPro or 3 or 4 GoPro like a year ago now, like when I first moved into this house. That was so incredibly kind of her. But I think I definitely need a waterproof one just because I'm such a klutz and around the water so much. And just for quality's sake. Sorry guys, I have to turn off the wah-wah. Watering my wife's plants. That's hard to say. Watering my wife's plants. Watering my wife's plants. Wallowing my wants. I have another thing to show you real quick. Just has nothing to do with anything. But these succulents, love them, Washington native, that are growing here. There's a male and a female on these chicks and hens, and they'll bloom and they'll throw their spores to the other one. Although I think it's not as straightforward as male and female. I think it's more like ferns. I think they're an older plant. I'm not positive. Someone watching, I'm sure, knows. But yeah, they're gonna open up into crazy flowers, and a lot of people they don't live in the right climate, and they just never know that these are crazy. Chicks and hens, they might be yellow, they might be purple, they might be blue. They're just a really crazy succulent. And my wife collected a bunch out on the coast, and this one here is really pretty, and it bloomed out this way. Now the issue with these is a lot of these species you have to actually have basically the same exact biotope as where they're from, which is a bummer for folks who don't live around them. Like, see this red one? It's actually that same one. Because you have to actually have salt water in the air, even if it's minute amounts. You got to have that fog with salt water because they're from a peninsula where it's evolved with that for millions of years, having the oceans coming and going, receding and whatnot, and they've survived, they've hung on, and that's why they're like basically essentially a similar to cacti. But we have so many in Washington, just fun. Also, one of the lakes where I was collecting, we got these, and I have no idea. They're like duckweed, except pretty, except they have a lot of little pieces. I think Crystal Castleman has helped me figure out what they are. Also got Ludwigia palustris and Persicaria maculosa is growing in here. This is my little jar of, and yes, they are sitting in the heat in Malm, my eels, loaches. Where are you guys? Oh wow, they ate one of the snails that's in with them. But anyways, they're in here. I just saw them moving around. Oh, I can see his tail there. There's two of them in here, and I'm just seeing how they do in a totally non-oxygenated little jar because I have so many of them. Any sign of distress or turning pale, I'll definitely move them. But I can see them blow bubbles. There, they just blew some bubbles. I can see them blowing bubbles. There goes another bubble. Where? Oh, he's right there. That's why. and going to the top, and apparently they'll pant if they're getting too hot. But these guys, man, they're indestructible. It's one of the few fish that I actually feel okay about shipping, and they're definitely reproducing in the big tub, which has no other fish in it, just them. And they don't seem to eat other fry or anything, so I haven't really worried about them at all. And then this is water mint, which is cool. But what I was saying about my videos that I've been doing lately too is that I'm trying to cover all the biotopes of my state. And so while I'm not addressing it because it seems like it would be too obvious or boring perhaps, I'm not saying like, oh, look at the log on the ground. Look at the freaking knot on my head. That's where like several mosquitoes bit me all in the same spot, and it swelled up like that. I think there's a scene in the most recent video where it's not quite that bad yet or anything, but you can see that I'm just like sweaty and there's this knot growing on my head. You're a pepper, I'm a pepper, everyone is. Hey, son of Quack, what's up? Son of Quack, I know this is irrelevant, but I just want to thank you for putting me on Dr. Pepper. I thought it was just okay and kind of tasted like medicine. After your streams, I tried it again. It's definitely in my top 3. Well, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I really do. Let's see here. Oh, yours is flowering too? Aubrey, where do you live? Yeah, the 7, I think 6 or 7 is the first waterproof GoPro. Like, you don't need a case for. I think they've all been waterproof since then. But yeah, I want to do that, definitely. Start filming more underwater. And on the 10th of... Hey, Josh, what's up, man? First Class Fish, what's up? Sketty, what up? Do weather loaches make sounds? They bubble. They make little bubbles, and then they rustle. They kind of sound like... let's see if I can imitate it. Almost like a drum roll on the glass sometimes. Like a pitter-patter almost. And it's just from their body hitting in 3 different spots, them going up and down, up and down, up and down like Corey's when the pressure's changing. So in a small tank, they'll definitely hit the glass and you can hear it, which is endearing and also annoying. But then I know it's about to rain or something. Yeah, are you doing plants.net or whatever it's called, Alyssa? There's an app that I've used too where you take photos and then you can give them names. It gives you a percentage of how sure it's supposed to be. I've been trying to add aquatic plants to our region. I've added about 50 species to our region. And that's why I'm trying to work with Vibes Aquatics. You have a great night. That's why I think it'll be awesome, to work with Crystal Castleman, who knows, gosh, I don't know how she knows so many plants. There's so many more plants than fish in the world, and she knows both so well. Jamie, hey, welcome. I really feel good about you being a new member. So thanks, don't you know? Sure. I mean, I'm sorry about the fake Canadian accent and all. Man, I want poutine now. Gosh, why'd you do that to me? And also, at 6 o'clock, I can't get pizza from the local grocery store anymore, which has like a wood-fired brick oven. And they make an Alfredo chicken pizza that is super good that I really want. But yeah, PlantNet is the best one I've found too. They're trying to do them for mushrooms. Please don't do that. Do not eat or pick mushrooms based on a freaking app. Jeez, people. I mean, plants can kill you, but mushrooms can real kill you. You got to go with someone. You just got to go. But what? So one more time, ABC, yeah, welcome to Lurkerhood. Woo woo woo. I don't have a booty dance or anything like Jess does, you know. Yes, you do need to do the spore prints for sure, Alan. If you're picking mushrooms, I agree. Weather loaches, yeah, weather loaches. Um, yeah, on black and white paper. Yeah, I tend to do it on newsprint with like a photo if I can, because then it'll have some black, some white, some gray, and I can see what color. Dojo loaches, weather loaches, their Latin name, which I always forget, and it's super long, so I don't care. Man, I always forget it, but there aren't that many fish that are in the hobby that have similar naming. Um, Alan. Okay, I'll have to incorporate that into the stream in a moment. But what I was going to show you guys here about this book, which is really rad, um, it just doesn't look appropriate, does it? Um, is that this Washington Fish book has 300 pages. So there's the whole color guide of everything here. And what's nice, other than the terrifying lamprey eels that exist in our state, that one is like demonic. That one is like strangely erotic, unfortunately. And then this one is like, hey guys, I'm your friend. But the Native Americans really had a lot of traditions focused around lamprey, and they're such a strange creature with like whole gills, and we'll have to do a whole episode on them. They were very endangered in most of the country, actually. But so this thing has like Chinook salmon, for instance, and then it goes into all the UW reports of distribution and like how big they are at what age and what river systems they're in and what food they eat. And then the food, there's actually another section that then gives you by body of water or by closest relatives, the long-nosed dace, and it has a list of places you can collect them, like goldfish, freshwater, found in private lakes established in various Washington waters, Idaho, Oregon, BC. And then from here, you can go back and then you can find the map that's drawn. But it also just has weird notes, distinguishing characteristics, you know, any of it that's helpful. They have like how many were stocked in which year. Like this about the walleyes. First reported from Banks Lake on the Columbia River, 1960s. 1962, walleye were reported from Roosevelt Lake. In 1972, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service stocked walleye. So yeah, I mean, you can see like I want to do a date chart on when each fish came to our state, because our state really doesn't have that many like native fish, or endemic, I should say, fish. In fact, I think we only have two endemic species: the spotted nooksack dace and the Olympic mud minnow. I think are the only completely unique ones to our state. There might be a little pupfish somewhere out, or there is like the Palouse sculpin, but that goes into Idaho too. But in any case, so you're not supposed to trap minnows in Washington. You can trap bait fish in certain lakes and things, but in Washington, they don't really like the traps. You can't, like, you can have two poles, but you have to buy an endorsement, and then, like, most lakes say no two poles, or someone has to be there with you, even if they're not fishing to attend, which is called a two-pole endorsement with an attendee. Yeah, it is species pictures first, then descriptions. Yeah, and I'm like I said, John too. I'm gonna do a full review of this book, like a 10 or 15 minute review. But I wanted to read through it. I know I'm not gonna. Well, I won't read the whole thing before I review it, but just got it from Amazon, and it's the Inland Fish, the second edition, revised and expanded. Inland Fish of Washington, and then it's by Richard Wadowski and Richard Whitney, both of whom write a lot for I think they're ichthyologists out of UW. But yeah, so it's got color illustrations, 113. Life history of 91, 85 maps for the species, um, age and growth rates, record catches for the state, all the articles used. I mean, it's cited. The citing is like 50 pages of it, honestly. But yeah, they've got the growth, like how big each species is at what time and what kind of habitat and what the biotopes are classified as. And then they've got rod and reel versus net caught, and then what other states it's in. Then there's like a whole like larval like slash food glossary. This is like the most in-depth book you could. I mean, it's way beyond a guidebook. But and it's not handy sized or anything. I mean, this is for killing home invaders with. It is not yeah, it's not this waterproof pocket map type thing. But and it was $50, free shipping on Amazon Prime. But yeah, this is what I like waste my money on basically nowadays. I used to buy collectoritis fish, like, oh, I haven't had that before, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that. But now I'm just trying to amass, especially old books, they're really expensive. I'm just trying to amass a whole library of wonderful reference material. And I mean, ideally, especially if the author's dead and the publisher's done, like it's been 75 years, then it's like, yeah, I'm going to put it out for everyone to see for free. That's like my real goal in life. So I want you guys to just take a glimpse at something real quick, and just let me know what it makes you think of. First glance. Okay, that jar. All right, that's all the glimpse you get. What do y'all think that was? Everyone thinks it's the same thing who comes by my house, including people who don't even usually associate things with that. Like, it just comes to their head. A birthmark. I do have a birthmark. Well, I have a few, but this is my real birthmark. It's a hole. It goes through my chest, diaphragm, I guess it's called. What's up, Rico? Rico, you're just in time to see a close-up of a mosquito cluster fluff. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 bites in there. Last night, man, it swelled. It's too grainy to see. Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time. We're gonna do this one more time. We're gonna cruise by it. I have to do it. It has to be somewhat grainy, like there. I was hoping it would help it focus. Anyways, all right, John, have a good one, man. Have a good one, Manro. It does kind of look like biomedia, I agree. No, everyone, for some reason, including like the mailman, everyone goes, is that a bunch of mushrooms drying out in that jar? Is that shrooms? And it's so much weirder than that. That would be just normal. It is a bunch of plastic cows that were inside of a piñata for my wife's birthday one year. And they're different. So weird. Don't know why that was a thing, but it was. So, do we have any important questions, causes, concerns? Because my wife texted, she texted that she's going to be home any minute from her business trip of several days. And I'd do some cows with Alex. Okay, Rico. Shrooms too. Shells. Yeah, they do look like shells too. You wondered if they were those little plastic babies. Yeah, those are weird too, like on cakes and stuff. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they totally look like shrooms in person. Even though they're cows, like everyone who walks by says that. Oh, 186 element, good day. At least I caught you. I caught you, matey. Out of the corner of my eye. Hello, fish fam, RB number 3. How's it going? How you been doing? What's been pursuing in your fishy career? Look at my beard. It's mostly clear. Weird. Um, so yeah. But in any case, I was thinking a jar of bones. Yes, there are a bunch of vertebrae of crows who piss me off. Don't piss me off, crows. Hey George, been checking out your channel lately. Is that to Aqua Balls? Is he here? Is he here? Is he here? Or is it actually George RB3? Is this a channel I need to check out? Well, check it out, I will. Sawgun69, hello. Oi, oi, oi. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off for now. I know we didn't really get anything accomplished, so that's a good day for us. I do want to say that I hope you're having a good time in life. If you're not, I hope it gets better. And yeah, I wanted to do a live stream where I talked about all the biotopes that are found in America, broadly speaking. That's never going to happen. I need to make an actual standalone video for that, I suppose. But depending on how awake my wife is and time and stuff, I may stream again later. You know, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? And if Rico's here, he can pick one song, and then I'm out. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. Totally can't hit that note. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anyway the wind blows doesn't really matter to me, to me. Mama! No, we're done. We're done. That's it. Rico did not respond. He's let me down. I'm over it. Jeff Kane, hello. Redbeard, hello and goodbye. Yeah, I think I'm signing off. Chris Howell also. For sure, also. You guys just came in on a weird note, and you're gonna leave on a weird note. Play Stairway to Heaven. I need to like let my hair down. I can't even do that. My neck's too jacked up at this age. Or whatever. No more tears. You know, I said in the last video that I gave some of my blood and sweat because of the mosquitoes, but no tears, and that was good because the shrimp deaths made me real bummed. Oh, my wife's here. I gotta hide. I took her parking spot. She's gonna murder me. But yeah, yeah, fun stream, I hope. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. And I just appreciate it. Electric Eye. Ooh. Next time. Next time. Oh, easy on Electric Eye. Man, that would wreck my voice. Okay. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you, Maud, Zen Ginger, and Kenny. Thank you, everybody, hanging out, just chatting, taking it easy. Thank you to the 2 new members. You are so incredibly welcome, and I hope everybody has a great night and that their fish are doing well, and that I stopped foaming at the mouth. What the hell? All right, have a good one, guys. Bye. Yeah, Corundulant, just totally email me at alexanderjwilliamson@gmail. J is in jet. Yep, that's it. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Whoa, look at that cool hippie shirt my wife's wearing. You're on the spot. Just getting off the plane, driving home, doing work meetings, whole week of meetings. Boy, you're probably happy to be live on stream, huh?
I'm tired.
All right, guys. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. I was thinking about going and getting that pizza. All right, guys. I will leave now. AlexanderJWilliamson@gmail. Yep. No dots or spaces or anything. That's it. That's how you get a hold of me, or the comment section. I read those pretty well. I'm still catching up on one day of them. Mick, don't you know it? Yes, my little deadhead Debbie, my little deadhead Lala. She is the apple of my eye. She's the sunshine of my. Man, I even have mosquito bites on my nose, in here, and here. Man, they're just everywhere. Just got annihilated. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Oh, wait, I forgot the R. Whatever. What is it? L. Later. Whatever. Bye, guys. I've said goodbye way too many times. Have a good one. Take it easy.